Hey guys, welcome to Jordan's Book Chat. Today let's talk about Delirium by Lauren Oliver. So I love Lauren Oliver. She is one of my favorite authors because of Before I Fall. But it's hard to say you have a favorite author if they only wrote one novel that you've read. So I finally got this book, and I know I'm like the last person on the planet of BookTube to read it. But I finally read it, and I liked it. So for the non-spoiler section, let's talk a little. Alright, so we have Lena who narrates this novel in a first-person format. And it basically takes place, it's dystopian, and it takes place in America after something about love. They don't like love, and they find this cure to like take it out of people, that emotion or something. It was really hard for me to understand that part. I mean, I knew what they were trying to get across, that people are without love and they find that love is more of a disease and they don't believe in it. And they have all these like little quotes and fairy tales. Lauren Oliver puts them at the beginning of every chapter, and I thought that was really neat. I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, but I think I would actually give it a 3.5, a 7 out of 10, just because there wasn't a lot of backstory to how the world got this way. And that's what I really wanted to know, was how everyone came to find love as this disease, and there wasn't much information of that exactly. It was more of like a love story with that thrown in the mix. So there's Lena, and Hannah is her best friend, and they go running. She's a runner. Her mom committed suicide when she was young, and there's all these problems mixed in. And it really is a good book in the way that everything progresses. You find out bits of information little by little, and it's not just thrown at you in the beginning. I do like Lauren Oliver's writing style, though the descriptions were sometimes really long and I sometimes skimmed them. I enjoyed the story as a whole. It did like reading it. I know it's a series, but the cliffhanger at the end, I don't know if you'd call it a cliffhanger, but I was just like, what? It was good. If you like dystopians, of course you'll like this. You've probably already read this, so I assume you'll stay for the spoiler section where you can talk a little more in depth about Delirium. I am excited to read, I believe, is it Pandemonium's the next one? I have that on hold at the library currently. So, 7 out of 10 stars, if you will. Good book. Easy read. I think that's all I can say for non-spoilers. If you haven't read the book yet, bye. Where have you been? Because I thought I was the last person to not have read this book. If you have read this book, stay tuned, or if you want to know spoilers anyways, if you're like me and you're nosy like that, then keep watching. Hey guys, welcome to spoiler time, spoiler chat. Alright, so you've probably already read this book, and I don't know if you're like me and you just kind of liked it and you didn't really love it or really like it. I find it's hard for me. I either really love books or don't like them. So this is weird that it kind of just fell in the middle. And I don't really have a good like reason why, other than maybe it's just my dislike for dystopians, the way the world wasn't built as much as I wish it would have been. But it was still a good read. I knew that Alex was an invalid, like, as soon as we met him. I mean, it was just obvious to me, and I hadn't read no spoilers before, so I thought Lena was kind of like silly not to realize that, because like when he was standing over her laughing when he let all the cattle out, and then she knew that, and then he was just like standing guard at the lab facility, like why wasn't she like, this is suspicious? And I also thought that I knew the ending with Hannah. I knew that she was the one that turned them in. I mean, she was the only possible one to do it, and I was so mad because I wanted so badly to like Hannah. And I thought it was really weird how her and Lena's personalities kind of just switched in the middle. How it seemed like Hannah was the one that wanted love. She wanted to experience all these things, though it seemed like she was really being forced into getting the cure. But I understood that because I think everyone had to take it. But Lena was just kind of like, terrified of getting this cure and doing, you know, going forward life with getting her partner picked out and everything. Because she was so scared of herself, I think, because of her mom and all the things that happened in her childhood that proved that her mom really loved her, which I thought was really sweet, like reading about she didn't understand the emotion of love, so she, you know, to read from her perspective how her mom treated her, it was so obvious, and I thought that was really cute. But she was just so terrified to love herself that it was really weird when they switched and all of a sudden Lena's the one in love and Hannah's like going on with her life as the government planned it. I thought that was so strange. I really thought at the end that Hannah would join them, not turn them in. That was so sad and depressing. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry if I spoiled that for you. It was in a novella that I was able to find on the internet. I thought the family that Lena had to stay with after her mom passed with suicide was really weird. I believe it was her Aunt Carol. I'm really bad with remembering names and I don't feel like looking through the book. She was like so stiff that I really wanted to believe like some part in her mind she wasn't cured of love and she was just trying really hard not to show it. But I haven't read the others yet, so I don't know if that's in there. I loved Grace. How sweet was she? Like, I just wanted to hug her and be like, it's okay, you can talk to me. Like, I won't be mean to you. And I didn't really like her sister very much, her actual sister, but I think that's just because we didn't get to see much of her. I was really surprised that her mom was still alive. Like, I thought when Alex like moved away from her after she started talking about like the pin that her mom always wore, I was like, oh, no way. Like, how exciting is that? I was like, oh my gosh. And then he told her like he thought she would still be alive, and when they went into her cell and they saw that she had like carved the way out by like with the O and the word love, I was like, she's either crazy or brilliant. Like, I am so excited to read and see what happens to her, because that was like scary. It's scary in the way, like, you know, where she was like writing love all over the place, and I just thought that was crazy. The end with Alex. Is he dead? Oh my gosh. I was like, he was like, told her to follow him and do whatever he told her to, and she did, and she's just running. Like, what's gonna happen to her? I don't understand what's gonna happen to her, because she doesn't know how to survive anywhere. Alex knew how to survive. She didn't know how to survive. So I'm really, really confused as to see what happens to Lena in the next book, because I don't really believe she could survive by herself. Okay, I'm sorry, Lena, but there, I said it. She was kind of a bland character to read about. I mean, she had things that make her tick. Though I really enjoyed reading when she talked about her mom. When she talked about Alex, it was kind of cheesy, and I didn't really like it as much as I liked the scenes with them actually together. I thought she was kind of a bad friend to Hannah towards the end, because just because she was in love and she never even knew that existed before, she could have still like been there for Hannah a little more. I really would have liked to hear a little more about the process she went when she had to go back to that building and retake the test. I thought the first time that was so like nerve-wracking, and then the second she was like, I gave all perfect answers, and then I got all these picks and I chose one, and I don't understand how Alex could have been mad that she had to meet with her partners, because, or that the guy that she chose, Brian I believe his name was, because that was her life. Like, he knew she was gonna have to be doing that. Did he expect her to run away like right when she met him? I don't know. I think because love doesn't exist, when they feel like, when they find just a pinch of it, it becomes like insta love, you know? Like, it happens so quickly. Like, her and Alex falling so deeply in love with each other. I know they don't say it for a while, but it still happens pretty quickly in my mind. And I think that's just because they don't have any of it in any life. So, like, as soon as they feel like the slightest bit of it, it's like such an amazing emotion, and they think it means so much more. I don't know, but I wonder, like, Alex, he got shot right at the... I don't know if I can handle him not being in the next book. He better be in the next book or something. Is Hannah in the next book? Okay, so what did you guys think of Delirium? Is it the best book in the series? Because I'm worried that I won't like the next one as much, because I thought this one was just okay. Did you guys like Lena as a main character? And what are your thoughts on Alex? Am I going to love the next 2 books? I know I've heard such bad things about Requiem, and I'm so scared to read that one and finish the series, but I guess I have to. Alright, well, thanks for watching my latest video on Delirium by Lauren Oliver. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next video for more Jordan's Book Chat. So, thanks guys for watching. Bye!